Can anybody hear me? There we go. All right, welcome everybody to tonight's Mulberry City Council meeting. This is a regular meeting of the City Council. The first thing that we are going to start off with is we have the privilege of having Reverend Jason Mincy with us. He is one of the pastors here at Hamilton Mill United Methodist Church, which we really appreciate, obviously, them letting us use their space. So I'm going to turn it over to Reverend Mincy and let him lead us off.
Thank you, Michael. Is it normal to face this way or that way? It just feels awkward, so I don't know if I'll just do it right here. That way I won't have to move the mic. Let's pray. Almighty God, we invite you into this space and into this time as we, your people, seek to be people after your own heart, to share discourse with civility and with love for one another. And we ask that you would bless us, Lord, to that end this evening, that your presence would be felt in every heart and that you would lead us in the direction that you would have us go. We offer this prayer in your name. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Mincy. We appreciate that. Okay, this time I'm going to call this meeting to order. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to call the roll. If you could announce present if you are here. District 1, Councilman Tim Sullivan.
Present.
District 2, Councilman Michael Coker. That is me. I'm present. District 3, Councilman Kyle Shields.
Present.
District 4, Councilman Michael Rudnick.
Present.
And District 5, Councilman Doug Ingram.
Present.
Okay, obviously we have the full 5 City of Mulberry councilmen here, so we're very pleased and excited to have Councilman Ingram join us this week. Just for those of you that are here, we do have some copies of the agenda out front. We are also going to, just like last time, if anyone would like to make a public comment, we are going to have public comment there. The clerk, Miss Clerk Pitts, is down here. She has a notepad. The only thing we request that you do is find her, come sign that notepad, and put your name down, and then she will call you up for the public comments. The next thing that we need to do is we need to adopt the agenda that the council has in front of them for tonight's meeting, December the 10th, 2024 at 6:30. I will take a motion to adopt. Well, first off, is there any discussion about the agenda?
Councilman, I think we need to table action item D to a later date.
Okay, I will take a motion. Is that a motion, Councilman Rudnick, to table? That's action item D, the creation of the City of Mulberry's official Facebook page, YouTube account, and email list. Is that a motion?
Yes, I'll make a motion to adopt the agenda as is, tabling action item D until a later date.
Okay, the first item we have to do is the amendment. So the first thing is if you make a motion to amend the council meeting agenda to remove item D, am I understanding that motion correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on that? No? Okay, all in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed? Okay, it is unanimous that action item D, the creation of the City of Mulberry's official Facebook page, YouTube account, and email list has been tabled. At this time, I will entertain a motion, if there's no other discussion, to adopt the meeting agenda for tonight, as amended.
I'll make a motion to adopt the meeting agenda tonight as amended.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All right, all in favor? All opposed? Okay, the agenda with Councilmember Rudnick's amendment is adopted. Okay, at this time, we are going to have the Pledge of Allegiance. We have our flag off to the side, but we're going to still do it. So if you could please, if you're able to stand and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance The next item on our agenda, if you've come to our other meetings, you know that we had discussed previously that we were going to only elect the interim mayor as well as the interim mayor pro tem, which is the assistant mayor, until we had the District 5 representative seated. I am proud to announce that Mr. Ingram has been sworn and his oath has been filed, so he is legally able to conduct business with us on the council. So now that we have all 5 seats sat, it is now appropriate per our charter for us to elect both a mayor of the city of Mulberry and then a mayor pro tem as well for the city of Mulberry. And so at this time, is there any discussion? We're going to start with the mayor about the mayor of the city. No discussion? Okay. Is anyone willing to to nominate a mayor for the city of Mulberry?
I nominate Michael Coker, mayor.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Is there any discussion about the mayor of the city of Mulberry? Okay, at this time I'll call a vote. All in favor? All opposed? Okay, then it is marked that myself, Michael Coker, will be the mayor of Mulberry. All right, the next item on the agenda is the election of the mayor pro tem. For those of you that don't know, the mayor pro tem is basically the mayor that is the acting mayor for the city of Mulberry anytime that the primary mayor is unavailable. So this would be the mayor pro tem. So at this time, I will first off, is there any discussion about the mayor pro tem?
There is some discussion for me.
Okay.
I had a chance to talk with Councilman Rudnick about Mayor Pro Temp and his qualifications. And, I think throughout this process with us having this, in terms of the formation of the city, it's been about who has the capabilities that can best lead us to the outcome we all want from a city perspective. Really was excited to hear about so many of his qualifications, and I'm excited to nominate him as Mayor Pro Temp. That's what I'd like to do.
Okay, we have a nomination for Michael Rudnick to be Mayor Pro Tem. Is there any other discussion by any of the other council members? I will just add that, Councilman Rudnick has some great municipal experience, and I know that even myself, I've relied on him and called him and relied on that experience. So I appreciate that and the advice that you've provided to me throughout the process. So I also want to say that too. Any other discussion? Okay, at this time, we have a nomination from Councilperson Ingram to nominate Michael Rudnick as the Mayor Pro Tem for the City of Mulberry. Do I have a second?
You have a second.
Okay, thank you. Any other discussion? All right, at this time, I'll call a vote. All in favor? All opposed? Okay, it's unanimous that Michael Rudnick will be the Mayor Pro Tem for the City of Mulberry. At this time, we wanted to give the Councilman Ingram a time to speak. Obviously, this is the first time. I know you've probably met him and heard from him throughout the campaign process, but this is the first time in his official capacity as a city council member. And so we wanted to turn the floor over to him, give him some time to introduce himself, and to talk a little bit about why he's here. So I turn it over to you, Council Member Ingram.
Thank you, Mayor. So good evening. I'm happy to be up here today. Runoff was successful, so thanks for all the support from so many in the 5th District. The pastor said something that I really keyed in on that I think is important for all of us to recognize, which he mentioned the need, the necessity really for in the discourse that we all have for it to be civil and to understand that it's based on love for our community, love for one another's neighbors, and love for what we're trying to do for the city of Mulberry. And so, my campaign as many of you know, was based on that and based on a focus of us recognizing that we're all neighbors and we want good things for this city. So I'm excited that that message seemed to resonate for the voters of the 5th District. So happy to be up here today and appreciate everybody's support that helped get me here. The only other thing I would say is that, my candidacy was really based on an acronym. It was, and probably there's a lot of people that are sick and tired of hearing about it because I think it was in every post that I made. But I talked about a strong start for Mulberry, and a strong start consisted of a few things. It consisted of, a sustainable path forward for us in our city. I think many of us know that the path that we've been on as an unincorporated portion of Gwinnett County is probably less than sustainable. And so, my platform was really based on a sustainable path forward. It was also based on trustworthy leadership, which I know all of us are committed to, and being accountable, not only to ourselves and what we're trying to do, but also to the citizens. I think the other thing it was based on was resilient communities, also making sure we have opportunity for everyone, ensuring that we have neighborhoods that are unified, and lastly, making sure that we have growth and prosperity in the city. And so, I'm excited about that. I'm excited that we can all participate in that and bring it forward and look forward to making that happen with the folks up here. So those are the comments. Appreciate everybody's time.
Thank you, Councilman Ingram. I appreciate those comments. Okay, at this time, we are going to move on to our acting clerk, Ms. Pitts. Is there anyone signed up for public comment?
Yes. Benjamin Culberson.
Come on up to the microphone, yeah. And if you don't mind, if you could just state your name, your address for the record, and if you live in the city of Mulberry, what district you live in.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. My name is Benjamin Culberson. I am a citizen of District 5. I've been following the city's process and kind of the campaigns a little egregiously, but not crazy, and I've been kind of interested in seeing what's up, so I'm really glad to be here. First question for, I guess, now our acting mayor. Can I direct any of the council members specifically, or?
So typically, and I should have mentioned this, typically we don't answer the questions
Okay,
during
just
this whatever.
comments. My mistake.
Yeah, if you want to make a comment, I mean, if it's something quick, we might be able to
Yeah,
answer it.
of course.
But we'd certainly be happy to talk afterwards.
Yeah, awesome. I think that'll be the directed message. Kind of coming into this, I am just wondering, and this isn't really a question now, it's just a comment about a strategic plan for the city, specifically infrastructural development, all of our divisions and commissions falling under this, and what's the objective for that. Obviously, this is more of a discussion afterwards, but I want to bring this up here. So yeah, thank y'all. Of course.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'd love to, if you'd love to speak with us, come on up. We could talk more about that after. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other public comment? Okay, that was it. I appreciate that. Okay, that'll move us, we're moving right along into our action items for the evening. The first action item that is on in front of each council member is a copy of the Mulberry City Council special called meeting minutes from November 19th of 2024, as well as the Mulberry City Council first regular meeting minutes from December 3rd, 2024. Has all the council had a sufficient time to glance at those minutes? Okay. At this time, I would entertain a motion to, let's start with the November 19, 2024 special called meeting. I'll entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
I'd like to make a motion to approval of minutes for November 19th.
Okay, do I have a second?
You have a second?
Okay. Any discussion on the meeting minutes from November 19, 2024? Okay, at this time, I will call a vote. All in favor? All opposed? Okay, at this time, then it passes unanimously that the meeting minutes for November 19, 2024 for the Mulberry City Council special called meeting are approved. Same goes for the December 3rd. This would be last week's minutes. The Mulberry City Council first regular meeting minutes. If you could, I will entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
I make a motion to approve the December 3rd regular meeting minutes.
Okay, I will second that motion. Any discussion on the November 3rd minutes? All right, at this time I'll call a vote. All in favor? All opposed? Okay, then it's unanimous. The December 3rd, 2024 Mulberry City Council first regular meeting minutes are hereby approved. We're going to move on now to action item B, which is the appointment of the District 5 representative to the Service Delivery Strategy Negotiation Committee. So this body had already adopted a Service Delivery Strategy Committee. And what that is, for those who do not know, is it is a committee that will help us negotiate for the services that will be provided to the city, okay? Predominantly with the county, but also with some of the third-party contractors that you've heard the transition team talk about when they were here. Obviously, this committee was initially prepared before we realized we had a business guru that would be joining us, and so I had made the recommendation that we add Council Member Doug Ingram to that committee to help us with those negotiations. And so is there any discussion about the list that's sitting in front of me, the Service Delivery Strategy Committee, which had previously been approved with the addition of Councilman Doug Ingram? No discussion? Okay. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to adopt this Service Delivery Strategy Committee, which includes the names of, I'll read them again for the record, Kyle Shields as the committee chairperson, committee members Jeff Timler, he's the former City of Snellville city manager, myself, Michael Coker, Michael Rudnick, as well as Doug Ingram. Do I have a motion to appoint that Service Delivery Strategy Committee?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to appoint Service Delivery Strategy Committee of Kyle Shields for the chairperson, committee members of Jeff Timler, Michael Coker, Michael Rudnick, and adding Doug Ingram.
Okay. Any other discussion?
I'll second.
Okay, perfect. I'm sorry, I should have asked at this point. Any other discussion? Okay, at this time I'll call a vote. All in favor? All opposed? Okay, it passes unanimously. The Service Delivery Strategy Committee, as listed here on this document, will be appointed by the mayor. The final item on our action items is the Hazard Mitigation Committee. So Gwinnett County requires every city within basically the county to do a full assessment of any hazards that are potentially facing the city. Now, these are things that we just, public safety type things. Think GMA or FEMA or those items. And so we need to appoint a committee that basically goes ahead, since we're a new city, that looks at those items, adopts those items moving forward, and talks with the county so we can work together in tandem to adopt any sort of emergency planning that needs to be done. And so I propose a committee of myself, Michael Coker, as the chairperson, committee members Jeff Timler, Michael Rudnick, and Doug Ingram for that committee. Would be my proposal. Is there any discussion of these members or any other members for this committee? Okay, if there's no other discussion, then I will entertain a motion to appoint these individuals as the Hazard Mitigation Plan Committee.
I'll make a motion to appoint Michael Coker as committee chairperson for the Hazard Mitigation Plan Committee with committee members Jeff Timler, Michael Rudnick, Doug Ingram.
Okay, do I have a second?
You have a second.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay, at this time, I will call a vote. All in favor? All opposed? Okay, it passes unanimously that Michael Coker, Jeff Timler, Michael Rudnick, and Doug Ingram will be the Hazard Mitigation Plan Committee that will be appointed by the mayor. The next item I on the agenda is the executive session. We actually do not have any executive session items to discuss tonight, so I would take a motion to table any sort of executive session items. Do I have that motion?
Second the motion.
You have a
I
motion to
I
table.
make a motion to table item I on the agenda.
Okay, so we have a motion from Mayor Pro Tem Rudnick to table any executive session and remove it from the agenda. Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay. Any discussion? Okay, at this time, we'll take a vote. All in favor? All opposed? Okay, the executive session is unanimously tabled from this meeting. So that is everything that we have for this evening. It's going to be a light meeting. I would encourage everyone to come next week for our meeting on December 17th, where we will start discussing the ordinances of the city. So that should be a much longer meeting, much more detailed. So please come to that meeting. I think we would love to have the input and the discussion about the city ordinances. At this time, is there any other matters that need to be discussed prior to our adjournment?
I do have a question, Mayor. From the minutes, not discussing the minutes, I just have a question for Bill. There was an item on the previous minutes in regards to a letter being sent to the businesses pertaining to the business license bills for 2025. Was that sent out? Do we know?
That letter has been drafted. We are awaiting the information from our vendor for all the names to be mailed out.
Do we expect that to go out? Do we have an ETA, I guess, maybe on when we expect that might go out?
As soon as Clark Patterson Lee, I would anticipate Clark Patterson Lee will actually send it, but they are developing the list along with our GIS provider to get the list for us. Gotcha. And we have not been able to get that list from Gwinnett County, so we're developing it ourselves.
Gotcha. Thank you, Bill.
The only other item I have is that obviously communication is very important to us. Communication to the public and community involvement in those type of items. And so at our next meeting, one of the things that we do plan to discuss, or that I'm going to present to discuss, is the creation of maybe a committee, a communication committee to the public. And so obviously now that we have Councilman Ingram on here, I think he would be an excellent addition to kind of help us be that liaison to the community. And so that will be something that if you have public comments you want to talk about, maybe give us ideas of way we can do that for next week. I know that's definitely something that we would like to talk to you about. At this time, if there's no other discussion, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, then I have a motion to adjourn in a second. Any discussion? All right, at this time, we'll take a vote. All in favor to adjourn? All opposed? Okay, well, this meeting will stand adjourned. Thank you guys for coming. Drive safe. Stay safe out in the rain. Thank you.